We always talk about the government, like it's it, a big, faceless thing we either praise or blame. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? In this explainer, we're going to dig into Michael Lewis's book to look past that abstract idea and actually meet the people who are the government. So let's just start with a quick question. If I asked you what the Department of Commerce does, what would you say? I mean, probably something about, well, commerce, right? Business, trade. The thing is, according to Michael Lewis, even people who are super plugged into politics don't really have a clue. The answer, in a single word, weather. The Department of Commerce is, for the most part, responsible for the weather. And that one surprising fact gets right to the heart of what Michael Lewis does. He uncovers these totally essential, unexpected realities of public service that are kind of hidden in plain sight. So how does he do it? I mean, how does an author find these incredible hidden stories inside a system that's so massive it just seems impossible to understand? Well, it turns out there's actually a method to the magic. It all starts with this core idea. Lewis isn't trying to be a psychic or guess what's going to happen tomorrow. He believes that if you pay incredibly close attention to what's happening right now, especially in the places that nobody else is looking, you'll find the seeds of the future just waiting there. And this whole philosophy really boils down to a simple three-step method. First, he goes where things are confusing, opaque, the agencies nobody really gets, like commerce or agriculture. Second, he follows what's genuinely interesting to him, not just what's popular or already in the news. And third, and this is absolutely the key, he finds the person who can tell the story. He humanizes the entire massive institution through one person's experience. All right, so let's actually see this method in action. Because when you apply it, you don't find a bunch of faceless bureaucrats. You find these unforgettable characters with, frankly, epic stories. Take a guy like Christopher Mark. He starts out as a 19-year-old radical, working in a coal mine, kind of rebelling against his professor dad. He was almost killed not once but twice by collapsing roofs. So what does he do? He goes back to school, gets an engineering degree, and joins the federal government. For the next 30 years, he dedicated his entire career to solving that one single problem, and his work has saved thousands of lives. This one just completely shatters our preconceptions. When you think IRS agent, you probably picture the guy on the left, right? Pocket protector, calculator, stuck at a boring desk. But then, meet the reality, Jared Koopman. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, a certified wine expert. Oh, and he also runs the IRS's cybercrime division, which has recovered billions of dollars by taking down global criminal organizations. And, these stories aren't all about danger and crime fighting. Sometimes they're just about childhood dreams. This drawing of an Apollo rocket, it was done by a 10-year-old boy named Nick Siegler. Well, today, Nick is a chief technologist for NASA, searching for new planets. It's just this powerful reminder that behind these incredible projects are real people who've been dreaming about the stars their entire lives. But government isn't just a collection of individual heroes. It's also home to these vast, kind of impersonal, but absolutely essential systems. It is, as one of Lewis's collaborators put it, the greatest counting machine in the world. Okay, so take the Consumer Price Index, the CPI. You hear about it in the news all the time. It's the official number for inflation, and it affects everything from Social Security payments to business contracts. But have you ever really stopped to think about how they, make it? How that number comes to be? Well, this gives you a little taste of the mind-boggling detail that's involved. That basket of goods they use to calculate inflation isn't just bread and milk. Federal employees are out there tracking the prices of a huge range of things to get an accurate picture of the economy, including stuff like venison, rattlesnake, tickets to professional wrestling, and even things sold at flea markets. It's this massive, wild attempt to capture reality in all its weird specificity. So why does all this obsessive counting even matter? Because it's our best defense against, delusion. As the great astronomer Carl Sagan warned us, when we can't tell the difference between what feels good and what's actually true, we risk sliding, almost without noticing, back into superstition. This data, this shared attempt at an objective reality, is what holds that line. And this really brings us to the crucial point. How do we square these true stories, these dedicated, brilliant people, with the political rhetoric we hear every single day about a lazy or wasteful government? Michael Lewis basically just poses the challenge directly. He says, okay, if you want to hold on to the stereotype that all federal workers are wasteful, fine, but you have to find a place in that worldview for Chris Mark, the guy who spent 30 years saving coal miners' lives.
What do you do with him? Or Jared Koopman, the crime fighter? Or Nick Siegler, the planet hunter? The reality of these people just complicates that easy narrative.
So, in the end, this whole journey through the hidden corners of public service comes down to this one simple but really powerful shift. The government isn't a thing. It's a collection of people. After meeting just a few of them, the real question isn't what you think of it anymore. The question is, who do you see now?